Please note, the subject matter discussed in this video are my beliefs based upon my walk with Abba Father at this time. They are subject to change and growth. I expect everyone, to filter everything through the living word and prayer and relationship with our Savior Jesus Christ, and to not stand in their own beliefs based upon what is discussed here. Please remember to like and subscribe on whatever platform you're viewing this on. Feel free to join my Patreon community. It's only $1 or $2 a month. And if you feel led to donate to my work, donation links are in the description box. I accept CashApp, PayPal, and Venmo. If the Lord is calling you to donate, I thank you so, so much. And I pray that the Lord blesses you in return in multiplication in Jesus' name. Thank you all very much. Be blessed. Welcome to TruthsRFreedom. I am Amy Jo, and obviously the main tag right here. And all the talking is about the new V.P.Pck of Mr. Trump. And so we're going to look at that a little bit today. I'm going to show you some things, and I am not going to tell you who he is or what he is. I'm going to let you decide that on your own. I'm not into telling people what to think or how to think or what to decide. That is totally up to y'all. I'm here to give you information. That being said, there are many who, just focus on the political aspects of things, focus on all of that, and many of them say, hey, they're puppets, they're a puppet, and this is a spiritual war, but they don't really go into who are the puppet masters, they're a puppet to who, and the level of the spiritual war. There are some of us who have no, I don't want to say that. We look beyond the political scope to the bigger picture of who the puppet masters are to the best of our ability, because the ones that are really at the top are not going to be poking their heads out and showing you who they are. But to the best of our ability and the knowledge and the wisdom the Lord gives us, and those who used to be a part of the puppet masters and have gotten out of the puppet master realm are speaking out. Thank you all very much for that, and exposing what all of that entails to the best of their ability for us to understand. It's really hard for people to understand who have never heard anything about it or been subjected to it or anything like that. But because of that, because there's some of us who bring that to you all. So if you're wondering and you're looking for it, you can find it. There are many, many ways that you can find it now and learn what that means, and not just be stuck in this political mask of what's really going on. So, okay, let's get into what is VP, the new V.P.Pck, J.D. Vance. Before I begin, I'm going to show you some stuff from some individuals that people, are like, they are this, I'm not here for that. I'm here just to bring you things that have been brought out to light, whether you align with these posters or don't align with these posters or whatever. I do believe that these things that we're going to look at today are legitimate things to consider. So this isn't about who, this is about what we're looking at. So let's start with a Twitter post from Ariel. So Donald Trump has selected J.D. Vance. I want you to keep in mind, this is not the final V.P.Pck. Remember, and with these, some of these posters, they like to tell you what's going on according to their perspective. I sit with, okay, we'll see, because I just don't believe anything that anybody tells me. So it's interesting to see what they have to say, and then we'll see what happens. I don't marry it as if it's fact. Anyway, continuing. I want you to keep in mind that this is not the final V.P.Pck. Remember, during the debate, Trump said one other V.P.Pck would be there watching, and he was. But not only that, he told you all to stay tuned for more surprises, not to mention da 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 da. Okay, what would be their reasons? Okay, I pulled his up because he has some political pro, points about J.D. Vance. And I think that this kind of clarifies how just looking at the political aspect of things alone can be dangerous, because, what are the pros? J.D. Vance was holding fundraisers for Jan 6 prisoners. He is pro Second Amendment. J.D. Vance liked Andrew Jackson's defiance of the Supreme Court. He wanted to overturn the 2020 election results. He is a Marine Corps veteran. He is crypto-friendly, which is not a pro to me, but whatever. J.D. Vance supports firing mid-level bureaucrats, replacing them with loyalists. J.D. Vance is also supported by Steve Bannon. J.D. Vance was against giving Ukraine more money. This all looks good, right? This all looks good on paper, but none of this makes him a good guy, because we have people in government who play both sides. Okay? Play both sides, because the political entire realm is a mask for what really goes on behind the scenes. And I'm going to kind of bring to you, to the best of my ability, what that means, what that looks like. So I'm hoping that more people graduate above this strictly political viewpoint to the realistic view, and what's going on and what's really happening behind the scenes for people that actually want to. There's a lot of people that they know that this is available, but they refuse to look at it because it's uncomfortable. The truth is not comfortable. It's uncomfortable. So a lot of people, they know where they can look for it, but they don't want to, because it becomes uncomfortable for them to look at, and they like to stay in their comfort political. It's easier for people to stay there. I'm not one of those people. So, and I'm sure that there are people that are looking for things above the political mask. So that's for those who are wanting to know the truth. This is for you. This all looks good on paper, but none of this makes him a good guy, because we have people in government who play both sides, which is why this election makes the deep state a little comfortable for now. And it definitely throws them off, because we know J.D. Vance has a lot of skeletons in his closet. Okay. I'm just going to, all the links to everything I'm going to show you are going to be in the description boxes, as always. If you want to look at any of these things further, all the links are going to be there. Okay, let's go to the next post. Oh, that's not it. Let's see. That's not it. Let's see. Oh, wait. No, yeah, it is. Okay. How? We're going to go back to the first post, Ariel. How? Did you know J.D. Vance ran the company Ambrosia, the startup to harvest the blood of the young? Yep. The blood of the young. I stated before, many people were taken out back for two reasons. One, some never returned. Two, the ones who did were given a new playbook to abide by or risk having their reputation ruined. What's he talking about, this Ambrosia? Let's look. The founder of a startup that charged $8,000 to fill your veins with young blood says he shuttered the company and started a new one. Yes, this is real. A controversial blood transfusion startup called Ambrosia was offering to fill a person's veins with the blood of the young people for $8,000, despite little to no hard evidence that the procedure has any health benefits. The company has now shut down, according to emails sent by founder. They've restarted, just so you know. They haven't gone away. Ambrosia's founder confirmed the closure in a statement to Business Insider. It's been a rocky few months for Ambrosia. In February, after an FDA warning. So you got it. When you look at this stuff, what you got to like kind of question is the young blood of who? Where are they getting this young blood? What are their parents that are like taking their their minors to places and going, hey, you know, here's blood, here's my child's blood, and getting paid for it? Are the children that are missing everywhere, is that where this is coming from? Young blood, where is this coming from? You have to consider that. What the heck? Where are they getting this young blood? And J.D. Vance ran the company. Okay, next. This is from Dr. Jane Ruby. She has been speaking out against the medical and pharmaceutical establishment since the big changes of 2020. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Dr. Jane Ruby. Looks like we are in for more fake pandemics and mRNA. Okay, I have to be careful. mRNA, you can read it. Okay. J.D. Vance's company, Naria Capital, is an investor in Amplify Bio. Amplify Bio is in partnership with RNA V8 Bio with creating more MR Okay. Announced strategic partnership to support that therapeutic developers from sequence design to GMP. The startup has grown to nearly 250,000 employees since spinning out the Battelle 18 months ago. Columbus Research nonprofit provided $100 million worth of backing, including the West Jefferson headquarters and laboratory equipment, venture capital. Okay, so J.D. Vance, a co-founder of Naria Capital, invests in Amplify Bio, and RNA V8 Bio announced strategic partnership to support those therapeutic developers. So he has investment and a hand in these, okay, in the headline. So he's involved in that. Moving on. After working at Sidley Austin LLP, Vance moved to San Francisco to work in the tech industry as a venture capitalist. He served as a principal at Peter Thiel's firm, Mithril Capital, between 16 and 17. In 16, Harper published Vance's book, Hillbilly Elegy, a memoir of a family and culture in crisis. It was on the New York Times bestseller. It was a finalist for the 2017 Dayton Literary Peace Prize and winner Audie Award Nonfiction. New York Times called it one of the 6 best books to help understand Trump's win. The Washington Post called him the voice of the Rust Belt, and the New Republic criticized him as liberal media's favorite white trash splainer. And the false, okay, it ends there. But Sidney Austin LLP is an American multinational law firm with approximately 2,300 lawyers and 21 offices worldwide. It was established in 1866, and its headquarters is at 1 South Dearborn in Chicago's Loop. It is one of the largest law firms in the world in terms of revenue. Among its alumni are former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. Okay, so after working at Sidley Austin LLP, he worked there. Okay, he was employed there. Next. Okay, now we're getting into the stuff above the politics. That was a lot of the politics. Now we're getting into the bigger, more important picture. Misty on Twitter tweeted, the Satanic Council Part 2, the Bilderberg Group. Great blogger here, Veronica Swift. We're going to look at that. Okay. What does that mean? What's the Bilderberg Group, Satanic Council? What is all of that? What is that? So, the Satanic Council, Part 2, the Bilderberg Group. If you want to learn more about all of the stuff, the big picture, the true picture behind the scenes, Veronica Swift's blog will open that world up to you. I highly suggest using that as a source to learn what is really going on. You will start to begin to put things together and understand the big picture. Who is really doing all of this stuff? What is this really going on? What is this giant organized group that is manipulating and controlling everything that all the puppets answer to. Okay. If you're wanting to look at the bigger picture and not just stay stuck in the mask of the politics, this is the blog that you, this is my #1 blog source at this point. According to Jesse Zaboter, the Satanic Council and different committees under the Satanic Council are required to have a few meetings a year. One of their meetings is called the Bilderberg meeting. Using reverse logic, we can then say that people who are members of the Bilderberg meetings are also likely Satanic Council members, or at a minimum, high-ranking members of the system. And by the system, she's referring to the big system that globally really runs everything, commonly termed the Luciferian system or the Luciferian Brotherhood. This is the real brass tacks. Okay? It's like, I know it's so foreign to so many people, but if you want to know the truth, this is it. Okay? Does this mean that each and every person who goes to a Bilderberg conference is a member? No. However, there are patterns and repeat attendees who can give you clues on who is or might be very high up in the ranks of the Brotherhood. Here is Bilderberg in 60 seconds by the BBC. And we're not going to really watch this, but this is interesting. And this link is going to be in the description if you want to, because I'm not going to read the whole thing. So if you want to look at it more, I suggest you do. Okay, pretty pictures and suspenseful music, but doesn't even hint that Bilderberg's main point is to collect folks together for yearly continuing education credits in Luciferian Governance 101, does it? Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands is one of the founders of the Bilderberg Conference, named because the first meeting was at the Bilderberg Hotel. In the early years, on all the Bilderberg attendee lists I looked at, there was at least one member of the royal family in attendance, sometimes Queen Beatrix and sometimes other royal family members. In the past 10 years or so, the royals are less frequently in attendance and other government officials taking their place, such as Prime Minister Mark Rutte. The Netherlands is a giant child trafficking hub for children, and their laws have a stranglehold on people who have been abused, requiring people to go through a committee to determine if they're even eligible to report the crime to the police. It's hard for me to even imagine that. It's almost medieval in its repression. While I heartily condemn false accusations by anybody against anyone, it's difficult to imagine that the situation was so dire that they had to put a sort of judicial review between the people and the police. Absolutely heinous. IlluminateTheDarkness.com has more on the Netherlands and efforts to combat both child trafficking and the repression of victims. The website publicintelligence.net/Bilderberg has official and unofficial lists of the participants at the meetings from 1954 to 2019, as well as a photo gallery of people leaving the 2010 conference. This means that we can likely glean some of the other Satanic Council members and other Illuminati higher-ups without having to be told who they are or were by a whistleblower or insider. Wikipedia also lists some, but not all attendees. In the years of attendance, the page calls them participants in the header and attendees in the body of the page. However, I'm not sure if there is a distinction between the two. James H. Baker, Stacey Abrams, Jared Cohen. Okay, what does that have to do with J.D. Vance? Let's see. 2017 Bilderberg meeting participant list. Okay, so we're gonna go, this is alphabetical. We're gonna go to the V's right here. J.D. Vance, USA, author and partner, Mithril. It's right there. So what does this mean? I can't tell you what this means. I want everybody to decide for themselves what this means. Everybody needs to figure it out for themselves. Everybody needs to decide for themselves. The #1 key is to be open to the truth. If you are looking at something and it is what it is, it's important to just accept it for what it is and not sit in the comfort of the untruth, because that's where you can handle what's real. It's important that you are open to the reality of what's going on around you. Why? Because if you're not, if people remain in a place of being comfortable with the half-truths, nothing is going to change. If people cannot face the reality of our world around us, what's really going on and who's really at the helm, what's the spiritual war that's going on, nothing is going to change. No fighting, no war, no civil unrest, no fleshly action, okay? Born out of elevated and raised emotion of justice. These things and politics, obviously, I mean, how long does this have to go on before people really accept that that is not going to change anything? What it will beget change is learning the realities of our world around us, who is controlling and governing, not even controlling, organizing and moving everything all around us, facing that truth, facing who you are in this big global scenario, and what we are called to be and do. That's what's going to enact any kind of change that we desire. That's why everybody says it's a spiritual war. Yes, it is, but many are not really living that and following that reality. So that is my suggestion, is to really be open to the truths of what's really going on around us and to find out what that means for you. Why did Trump choose this person for the current VP? I can't tell you that. That is also something that you have to decide on your own. I'm not going to tell you what to think about anything. All I am trying to do is show you the big picture and the truth that is bigger than this political stuff and literally controls all the political stuff, just like a puppet master. That's what it is. The political stuff is a mask to keep everybody distracted from everything else. It literally is. And I'm trying to show you the bigger picture, from hitting the political where most people still sit to branching out to the bigger picture, which really controls and runs everything that you are supposed to remain focused on, so that you don't get into the uncomfortable reality of what's really happening. So that is my suggestion to y'all. Here's some facts. Take from it what you want. Don't take from it what you want. I'm just here to bring you some things to think about. Who is VP J.D. Vance? I don't know. But this information is really, really uncomfortable. Not looking good. May the Lord bless and keep you. Have a great day.